All right. So we'll be looking at PowerPoint. My name is Ujo Adeshino, and I'll be your presenter for this evening. So PowerPoint as an application is a very powerful tool, just like the name PowerPoint. So as it stands, globally, PowerPoint is being used for presentation, it's being used for communication, it's being used for teaching, it's being used for representation of information, as the case may be. So it's something that, or it's a tool that any successful organization cannot do without. And when I mean successful organization, I mean any organization. Either you are in the engineering field, medical field, accounting field, either you are in the church business, either you are in the mosque business, you cannot do without presentation, you cannot do without communication, and hence the need for a good knowledge of PowerPoint, because there's a popular saying that action speaks louder than voice, isn't it? So it's good for you to know how to use this tool. And this will be our first masterclass series. I'll be running through the PowerPoint slide, then we'll be doing some little practical works. And by the end of this session, you should be able to represent data. You should be able to know the interfaces of PowerPoint. You should be able to at least do some basic presentation, knowing some tools that are indispensable when you talk about PowerPoint, and that can also make your presentations stand out. All right. So I start by going through the interfaces of PowerPoint. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. So anytime you open a PowerPoint presentation, which we're going to do later on, you're going to see this kind of interface. All right. And on the interface, you have different tabs or what you can call ribbons. So we are going to go over them one after the other. Starting from my left hand, you have what we call the quick access toolbar. All right, it keeps favorite command permanently visible. So there are some of the favorite command that we have on PowerPoint. Take for instance, the undo, the redo, the save button. Them you can find on the quick access toolbar. And this is also a toolbar that you can customize on your own to add those ribbons that you feel is indispensable to you for your work. You can add them to your quick access toolbar. Also, we have the explore ribbon over here, where you can explore all the menus of your PowerPoint. Okay, so it says see what PowerPoint can do by selecting ribbon tabs and exploring the available options. So as I'm going through this presentation, let me quickly open PowerPoint. So how do we open PowerPoint? It's very simple. So just a minute. Let me open the PowerPoint. So you just go to your start button, you click PowerPoint, then it comes up. So blank presentation. All right, so we have that. Share. So this is a PowerPoint toolbar. All right, so this is what you see when you open a PowerPoint, and you can do diverse things with this page. We're going to start today and we'll walk along. So as I'm trying to go through the interfaces of the PowerPoint, I would like each and every one of you to go into the chat box and put an idea that you want to see us develop using the PowerPoint. Take for instance, Chukwuka can say, okay, he wants to see something in the engineering line. Kingsley can say he wants to see a presentation for a pharmaceutical organization. Kende can say you want to see something similar to that line. All right. So just drop something that you think you want to develop with PowerPoint. Then we'll pick ideas from there to develop our PowerPoint slide. But before we get there, let me continue with the interfaces. So before now, I was telling you about the quick access toolbar. So if you look up here, this is your quick access toolbar. All right. Then you can also see it says customize quick access toolbar. So you can add and remove anything you want or any command you want to see on your quick access toolbar. Then you have your access ribbon starting from your home. You have your insert, design, you have transition, etc., etc. For those of you that have gone through the Excel class, these ribbons will not be a stranger to you because they are very, very similar to what you have on the Excel ribbons that you worked on during your Excel class. All right. So next we have the Explore. So at the top here, let me see, let me bring this a little bit down so that, all right. So just like for any other application that you might have in Microsoft Teams, you can also explore the internet. So PowerPoint also give you that accessibility to explore the internet. And how do you do that? It says, tell me what you want to do. So you can come here and type how to change layouts in PowerPoint. And you will see it will give you options. You see it say layouts, and you can see it's giving you options. That is, if you don't know how to navigate within your PowerPoint slide. It can give you new slide option. It can give you general options, things like the footer and header, anything you want to know about PowerPoint. So I can come here and say, show me how to morph, and I click enter. Okay. So it's going to bring something up. So we can see it's searching. And now I have that result. So it says options. Sorry, I missed that. Let me do that again. Morph. Now come here and say morph. So it says use compatibility mode to work on different versions, change templates, change page orientation, extract files. So whatever you want to do, even if you don't know where it is, you can use the search ribbon to get it on PowerPoint. All right, so that is for the search. So what else can we look in the general interface before we go into the deep down practical? All right, so share. You can also use your PowerPoint to share with friends, to share with colleagues. So here at the far right corner, you can see the button share. So once I click, it's trying to connect. So it's telling me to collaborate with others, save a copy of this file, and you can open it online. We're not doing that now, but at it being you want to go online, you can just click on Save in Cloud, and there you go. All right. So just like I said, for those of you that have done Excel, this will be a walk in the park for you. I'll just show you some hidden details that will make you and your presentation stand out wherever you go. So right now, let me go to the charts corner and see. Okay, somebody wrote something. He said, let's have a presentation on water alternating gas injection. All right, so let me just copy that, Control C. So since we are having a presentation on what he said, I'll just paste water alternating gas injection. And I'll make this the first letter caps. And there you go, presentation have started. But since this is the first page, I have to make it a title page, all right? And that will take me to my layout. So on the home tab, upper left corner, you will see home, new slide, you see layout. So I can just come here by the side and click. And I can see title layout, I can see title and content, I can see section header. So we're already on the title layout, okay? You also have title and comments. Maybe if I want to add a, okay, let me put that up, you see. So now I can add content to my title page. And what sort of content can I add? I can add a table, I can add a chart, I can add a smart act graphic, I can add a picture, I can add online picture, and I can add a video. So let me add an online picture. So now, picture is loading. So it says, please wait while we load pictures. All right. So let me put it there, Control V, water alternation gas injection, and let's see what comes up. So very good. So we have a lot of options. So you see, let me see one that is very fanciful and that will be attractive. So I can just pick this one and I will insert. So it's downloading, and there you go. So we have that as an added picture to our title page. All right. While the picture is highlighted, if you come up here, you see that a new ribbon is open and it's called the format ribbon. Okay. So from this format ribbon, you can work on this picture anyhow you deem fit. So here we have the picture style. So I might want to frame the picture or just give him some form of shade. So you can do that over here. So let me see one that's, okay, I can just pick, I want something, all right, so there you go. So I have that. So we are done with our first page. One ribbon that you should not forget anytime you are working with the PowerPoint is the layout. This layout will help you do a lot of things, okay? So the one we've used now is title and content. I'll leave it at this for now. Then I'll go to new slide, okay? So on this new slide, I can have something like my content. So I come here and I type content. So under my content, I might want to have introduction. I might want to have design, anything I want to talk about. I might want to have tea break. And this is quite straightforward. So let's leave it at that. So while still on the slide, I'll come to my layout. And here I have two title content, and I'll choose two title content. So look at what has happened. Automatically, PowerPoint has divided the slide into two. Okay, here was where I was typing earlier on, where I have the introduction, design, and break. Then here I have another click to add a text. So just like I did for page one, I can still come here. Maybe if I have a chart or a table or a picture or an online picture, let me click on online picture again. Now I have my beam search. I can put smile. And there I will just pick any smile, and I will insert. Let me pick this one. I will insert. So I'm able to do this because, oh, error occurred. Okay. So let me try to do that again. Don't know why we had an error on that. Oh, we are experiencing some static. So while that is being fixed, I don't know if you have any question. Anybody with any questions so far? Okay, we are back up. So let me try and load pictures. You can drop your questions in the chat area as we go along. Yes, so there we have it. All right. Yeah. So while I'm done with that, I can go on with a new slide. I go to my layout, don't forget. So I might want to keep the tool title content. I said yes. Then here, I'll talk about introduction, then I will say this is the first PowerPoint presentation. Then now I want a sub bullet point of this one. How do I do that? I use my tab button. I tab inside and I'll now say agenda. Then I'll tab again. I'll just say events. I'll tab again. I'll say conclusion. All right. So when I'm done with that, I'll press enter. And I want to go back to my former bullet points. How will I do that? I'll press down the shift button and press tab. So you can see that it has gone back. Then I can press enter to give it space. And I'll say there will be subsequent presentations. All right. Then I still come to the side. I look for online picture. And I click here and I'll say meeting. Press enter. I have what I like and I can just insert. So there you go. So remember when I spoke about formatting your picture, it's already there. I can do any format I have here from this place, but I can also increase the size, okay? So my file right here, you have size, so I can make this 4.5 and I press enter. So you can see it's now bigger. I can drag to centralize. Then I can come over here and just, yep, and I'll do that. Then I'll have my very last slide. And that will be, let's see, which one should I use? Let me say a blank. So now I have a blank slide. I can put a text function on this blank slide. And how do I do that? On my home, you can see to my right, this is a text box. I click, I come here, I'll draw my text box and I will type, thank you. I'll press enter, I'll highlight the text, and I'll make it increase the font. Now I have it increased. I'll centralize and I can just click, can click enter, right? So what I want to do, that is to show you how to add little text, but now I need the picture. So I'll go back to my layout, to title content. Then I come over here, online picture. And here I click, thank you. So you can see I have different pictures with thank you. Let me click the flower and I add it up. Yes. So I can delete the extra boxes. I don't need this. I don't need this. I can draw my text. Make it a little bit smaller. All right, so there you go. So that is how to impute text on PowerPoint. So now that I have that text, I can go and use pre-designs that has been on PowerPoint. I can come here and you have several designs under design ribbon. So if I click on down, I have several design logos that you can just use for this presentation. So take for instance, if I put the atlas, then automatically my presentation has changed shape. Okay, my presentation has changed shape. So that is, for a start, how to impute data on PowerPoint. Any question at this point? So I'm going to unmute your mics. I'll stop the recording, then we can take your questions at this point.